Welcome to Koh Young here at SMT AI. Delighted to be joined by Juan Arango. Good to see you again, Juan.
Good to see you. How are you today?
I'm good. But you've got some really exciting news because just a few weeks ago, you moved into a brand new facility in Atlanta.
Absolutely.
And I could tell, you were talking about it earlier, you're all excited about it. So give us some of the highlights of this new place.
So we're very happy. It's a space that we can still grow into a little bit. We went from 6,500 square feet to 11,200. And the warehouse is very small because we decided to keep the machines in Arizona. No sense bringing them to the East Coast and then have to ship them back.
Right.
So it's usable space.
Mm-hmm.
The demo room is state-of-the-art. It looks fantastic. We've got 10 machines in there right now, and we left a little space to put a mounter. So I'll be talking with some of my partners and see who can put a mounter in there.
So you get 10 machines is a lot of machines, but then you've also got, presumably you've got a printer in there?
We have a printer, so KPO, we can show all of that.
Right.
And we've got, for pre and post reflow, we do not plan on having an oven. That I don't think that's in the cards.
Right.
But we're trying to simulate that. But then in the past, we had one room for our demo and training. So when you did one, you couldn't do the other.
Right.
So now the demo room is standalone, and then we have 2 training rooms, each one with a machine. So the way we're looking at it is a playground for our customers to be able to take what they need to the next level. They can bring boards, play with it, try different machines. It was designed for their use, kind of their Toys R Us. Bad analogy because that closed, but it's, the ability for them to, it's easier for them to bring a board. We're willing to bring a machine into their facility, but some companies don't want to do that.
But this gives them the opportunity to really get to know the machine more in depth, get really familiar with it, and they've got the expertise on hand if they've got any questions.
Absolutely, and that's the big benefit for them, that they're not by themselves. We're going to coach them along and show them best practices and things like that.
Right.
In our, what we call the bullpen, which is an area that has 16 cubicles, we have allocated 5 or 6, and that's what they asked, 5 or 6. Mm-hmm. For R&D software developers for vision algorithms.
Okay.
So we're in the process of interviewing. We have one that is negotiating right now, but we have several people helping us identify talent, because one of the things that headquarters wants is the ability of these software developers to be closer to the machine so they can see their influence in the final product.
That's interesting. So you're hiring, you've got 5 or 6 spaces to fill for
that's just software developers.
Software developers that are working specifically in vision.
Correct. Right. So the office has 24 desks, and right now there's only 12. So if you take the 5 or 6 software developers, there's still several more that we have to add,
right.
And it'll be on the support side.
So let's talk about the training a little bit. You've got different levels of training. How does that work?
So we handle it different in U.S. and Mexico, because Mexico can install several machines in one place, and it's easier to come to us, so that's why we opened the Mexico facility. But in the U.S., the level 1 is typically done on site, just to get them going. But the advanced training, we ask them to come to us, so there's no interruptions, and it's more, they play and they try, and it's more interactive. We prefer smaller groups. We can do a class with 8, but we prefer no more than 4. And that gives them the ability, they can bring their own board, they do all their playing around and testing and seeing what happens when you do a certain algorithm or a certain feature.
Right. And presumably you've got test boards that you will give them to test them and make sure they can find the defects, etc.
Correct. We have, all our engineers carry what we call a demo test board, and each one knows what defects they have. And it's up to the person that they're training to program the board and then run and see how well they do to that board. Yes.
Right. Okay. So Productronica is just around the corner. Mm-hmm. So I know that's a big event for Koh Young. What have you got coming out new at Productronica?
So the newest product we have is we continue to evolve with our AOI product, and we have taken the Zenith and created a new product called the Zenith Alpha.
Okay.
And what that is, it's a 4-way machine, but we're trying to leave the light as into retirement, because it's kind of like the light. It's a 4-way, but this 4-way will be able to enjoy a higher resolution camera, so to improve the speed and the resolution. So it'll come in 3 flavors, and we're going to have it at Productronica.
Fast, super fast, and lightning speed.
Correct. And with capability of higher height.
Right, okay. I believe you've also made some upgrades to K-Smart.
Yes. So K-Smart we will unveil version 2.0 at Productronica, and it's taking that data crunching and artificial intelligence embedded in it to the next level. So it's something that preliminary feedback we're getting from people that have been playing with it, that wow, this really is getting to where I need it to be.
Right. And you've also increased the speed on the automatic programming, I believe, as well.
Right. So our KAP, or the auto programming, it's something that we released a couple of weeks ago, and it's working very well. It's finally something that we could really use, because one of the issues, especially in our market, we're a high mix, low volume shop. Yeah. So if you're doing lots of small number of boards, it takes you longer to program the board than it is to run the job. Right. So we actually use that tool at an evaluation at a customer, and we cut the programming time to 1/5 of what it used to be. Wow. It was able to recognize 70 to 80% of the parts that you didn't have to do anything to. So you just go do the other few parts.
Yeah. That's incredible. Great. So, lots to see at Productronica. I take it, will you be over there yourself?
Oh, I plan on being there. That's the largest show. There's a debate if Apex or Productronica. Size-wise, Productronica is, but Dr. Koh considers Apex the premier show.
Really? That's
Yes.
interesting to know. But there you go. Great. Well, congratulations on the opening of the new center, Juan.
Come by and see it.
We will, for sure. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
Okay.